The legend of the Russian, you know, like jail songs.
Chanson?
Yeah.
I'm very curious. I'm very curious.
How'd you know about it?
You know, somebody was telling me, and they said that he was the best.
Your English is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, your English is amazing.
Thanks, man. Let me have a sip of your beer and I'm gonna speak even better. Thanks, guys.
Do you know Cody Gallard?
Seriously.
Oh, yeah. Cody Gallard. You look like a friend of ours from back home.
Really?
Like identical to a friend of ours.
You don't have very much of an accent either.
No,
Where did you learn English?
I studied in Britain.
Oh,
Okay.
Thanks for
That's
that.
That's the rub it.
Guys, I have a list of questions, but first of all, I want to ask you, how'd you like the girls?
Beautiful! Well, let me interject, okay? Girls in Russia are either pristinely beautiful or hideously ugly. There are very beautiful women here, and there are fucking heinous bitches. I've not seen a good-looking older woman.
I've seen a few. I think some of the older women are. It's an elegance, you know. They have class and glamour. You know, they're very, very good for that. The women are hot. It's not so much that they're cute; they're hot. You know, and I'm very scared of many of them.
There's a waitress here tonight, and she's a bitch. Like, she's a crazy bitch, but she is a beautiful woman.
Yeah. She comes and throw you the bill like this.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Did you get a chance to see anything in St. Petersburg?
Yes.
You were there.
We saw the bridges.
How'd you like the town?
It was beautiful, wonderful.
I will confess, I was personally more excited to go to St. Petersburg than Russia.
Really?
Yeah.
You've read a lot in literature, probably.
Well, that's exactly. I don't really say a lot, but that's exactly why. I mean, that's where all the writers and the thinkers and the artists and and everyone was there. But I realized that Moscow is beautiful for history as well. Much older history.
There's something more distinguished about Russia than the rest of Europe, than anywhere in North America. It's a phenomenal place to be.
Yeah, the Russian head is held high, and with good purpose. You're a very noble people.
And we don't just say that because we're here, because we hate the United Kingdom. We're not very fond of the rest of Europe.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate anywhere except I don't like being in America very much. I think in America the people are a little mean. But what we're saying is that there's a striking dignity about the Russian people, which is very nice. From the manner that you dress, to the way you speak, to the buildings you create, just wonderful.
That's cool.
We're very fond of Russia.
Yes, how did you like the crowd yesterday? Was there a lot of people? I mean,
In St. Petersburg, there were definitely more people than we were expecting to come. We've never played in Russia before. Our record is not released here. And we were very dumbfounded by the amount of people. We're very humbled by the amount of people that came out, the amount of people that knew the songs, the amount of people that just wanted to fucking have a couple of drinks with us. We're very fond of drinking. We're very fond of
drinking is
vodka.
cool. Drinking is great.
Yes.
Yeah. So how'd you like the vodka, by the way?
The vodka
the Russian one.
is.
I mean, is it different to the?
It's yes, very different.
Yeah.
It's so much cleaner. No hangover. It's a very different kind of drunk. It's like, I don't know. It's probably similar to the hashish situation. Like hashish in Canada is probably considerably more different here. It's pure. It's
Over there.
No, here.
Oh, here.
It is. The vodka is pure.
Great. Hashish here, great.
Your drugs and your booze are awesome.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like eating, I don't know, sushi in Japan or something. It's going to be a lot better there. I mean, really, since you're famous for your vodka, it's from here.
And there is a very good reason why you're famous for your vodka.
Yeah. So you just like it?
Oh, absolutely.
Great. Oh, sorry, I have to make a little advertisement here because we are from the website called Мясорубке.ру, and I have to say it because.
Say it.
Yeah.
Don't make me say it because I don't know.
No.
I'll try.
You have to say it. You have to say "fuck you" or something like that. I mean, I'll tell you when.
All right.
Not now, a bit later.
Okay. All right.
Right. Well. Okay. I'll just take a look at my list of questions. Yeah, you did take it. Are you guys gonna issue a DVD or something like that? With the concert stuff?
Eventually.
We've been shooting various amounts of footage with a friend of ours from our hometown. So we're stockpiling an inane amount of ridiculous footage, and eventually it will, the culmination of it will be a DVD, but it's nowhere in the near future, I don't think.
Right, I see. So, you are the headliners in Russia, and it's a bit different from what you've been doing on tour. I think you've been playing with other bands, like not the headliners, but as support, one of the bands as in support. So is it a different experience, or is it just the same as everything else?
Oh, it's completely different. I mean, first of all, you have a little more control over the show, and second of all, when you look out, you say, these people are here to see us. It's a very flattering experience, in that sense. Whereas we're used to playing support, where maybe a portion of the audience will know us, but we're playing to an extent to those people who haven't heard us before, to those people who don't know us. But if it makes any difference, and if it puts things in perspective, we don't headline shows in America. We headline shows in Canada and Russia, apparently, So it's nice to come here and be treated, like a superstar or something, because it's really not true.
Well, it is actually. You are the modern guitar heroes, at least.
No, that's just
I don't play guitar.
No, but anyway, the guys are.
Hey, that's very kind of you.
No, you are the sort of modern technical heroes.
Мясорубке.
Oh, yeah, seriously. Right.
Technical music, progressive music, technical music, progressive music does notoriously better in Europe than it does in America. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and there's a bit of a separation because it's all right in Canada, but in America, you get this idea of people come to the show, their arms are crossed,
their hair is straight.
Their hair is straight and swiping this way, and they're just going, I'm from America, you should impress me. But everywhere else, it seems everywhere else in the world, it's the other way around. They say, I'm out on the town, I'm going to have a few drinks and have a good time. If I don't like the band, who cares? I don't like the band. If I do like the band, even better. So, there's something to be said about live music culture. And I think that we've come to a place that has live music culture. And to be accepted as warmly as we have been in such a place is a tremendous honor. And we're all very proud. And we have this for the rest of our lives, we can say.
Anywhere out of the United States seems to appreciate technical music more than anything. People give a shit about, complicated music as opposed to just fashionable music. Whereas in the United States, there are very like-minded people, that will appreciate this kind of music, but there are an abundance of douchebags that are just like, oh, the Devil Wears Prada are coming out here, they're gonna do a bunch of breakdowns and we're gonna love it, And fuck the Devil Wears Prada, fuck every band like the Devil Wears Prada.
I mean, those people can't walk and chew gum, let alone listen to music and think at the same time.
Yes, sir.
So it's nice to look out in a crowd and say, there are musicians here to watch us as well. And that puts a burden of responsibility on us to perform as well as we can, to try and cater to the people who are here to listen to the music and listen to the technicality, but then also to the people who maybe just like the idea of the band.
And also there's a responsibility to party like there is no God.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Next question is to you about the vocal techniques.
Yes, sir.
I have to make a little, statement here. The guy over there with the camera, he's called Alex.
Alex?
He's the guy.
Alex!
He's the guy who's your big fan, At the moment, I'm not a big fan of yours. I'm just waiting for tonight's show to become one. I'm sure you'll make me one.
And if at the end of the night you aren't, there's no hard feelings.
No, but I've listened to your albums and I've taken a close listen. You guys are really technical, but it's just I didn't have the time to to get down on my knees and say, you guys are the best.
Oh, jeez, no,
No,
please,
not
no.
yet, not yet. But maybe tonight. I don't know.
I think I see what you're getting at.
No.
Okay, well,
Basically, the questions are from him. So I'm just basically asking his questions. And then one of his questions is, your vocal techniques have really developed over these years of the records.
yes.
Are there any special things that you do, some lessons you take or something like that?
When I was 17,
Yep.
I took operatic vocal lessons, opera vocal lessons. I took a year of them. Wasn't very significant. I suppose in hindsight they helped quite a bit. Other than that, it's out there breaking that muscle. You break the fucking muscle when it comes back stronger and stronger and
So
stronger.
it's just practice, right? So you just practice and you get better and better.
And you
So
figure
you
things
don't
out.
do anything special.
No, I smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. I am a functional
What kind of
alcoholic.
cigarettes? We're gonna advertise it.
Well, today he's smoking.
Ruski style, Russian style, yeah.
Ruski steel.
Alright, man. That's cool. Okay, well, no special techniques.
Not a special technique in this.
Yeah. Next question. Your album came out 3 years after the previous one. Are we gonna have to wait this long for the next one, or are you gonna release it a bit earlier?
Now that the problem that it took so long. It took so long writing that album as well because we were in high school and we could only practice after school. On 2 or 3 days a week or something like that. But now that we do this as a career, we can take some time and really devote all of our time to it. So it won't take us long.
Right, that's good. That's great.
I do believe we're going to be continuing writing come summertime 2009.
Yeah, it's summer, man.
Hopefully
When our
we're
schedule dies down.
So what about your label? I have no idea about your label. Do you have a certain contract or something to make a release by the end of 2009?
It's more concentrated on the amount of touring that we do. They don't really give a shit when we record the next record. As long as we keep on the road and keep touring, they're fucking happy as little bitches in their jeans. But
Labels are low.
yeah, they don't give a
They
fuck.
don't stand for anything anymore. Yeah, now you have the internet, which you guys would know very well.
Yeah, of course.
So it doesn't matter anymore. Before, labels provided exposure points or access points.
Yes.
Like nobody knew how to find music, so they'd say, "Oh, I'm gonna look at the Epitaph Records catalog and listen to all these bands." This doesn't happen anymore. MySpace is a bigger record label than EMI or Columbia or Universal or anything like that. So labels are starting to lose their power, and they don't know what to do about it.
Labels aren't starting to lose their power. Labels have lost power.
Right.
Done. Yeah.
There is no relevance of a label when certain bands can put up these shitty little songs on MySpace and play their first show and have 500 kids. And I mean like with women. They can have 500 kids with women. No, they can have 500 kids come to the shows, and it's just like nothing is relevant anymore. A lot of times in interviews, people will ask us, "What's your advice for like growing bands?" And it's like, don't even fucking touch your instrument. Put up a MySpace profile, get a billion friends, and then start writing your stupid breakdowns. And then when you're fucking done writing your breakdowns, people will come to your show because you got this stupid little singing melody.
Exactly, stale. So unless, however, you want a career. If you want a career, you want to be a band that people respect and don't grow out of when they cut their stupid hair.
When they cut their flock of seagulls off.
Yeah, if you want to still be relevant to those people, all you can do is tour, and all you can do is write as original music as you can, and hopefully
Write as
touch those people.
write as sincere to yourself as possible. Like if you're writing something that is sincere and personal and like right down to the fucking wire, and it doesn't fly, it doesn't fly. Like if tomorrow everyone stopped buying our fucking records, done. Like whatever. But if you're writing something like with serious integrity and people pick up on it, fuck, thank God for you. It's like Dream Theater. Like this is a band that's been doing something integrous for
years. Yeah, and you go to a Dream Theater show, there'll be people who are 12, there'll be people who are 60. And it'll never die. It'll never die. Absolutely not. And a lot of times people are like, oh, what kind of music do you listen to? This and that. And, it reminds us of the beautiful Duke Ellington line that there's only two kinds of music. Good music and bad music, If it hits you, if you feel it, if it's organic, if it's natural, if it's right, then it speaks for itself. Everything else, if they need to buy into you with an image, if they need to buy into you because your friends are interested in it, or they're writing whatever. They need to buy into you because your lead singer shot some guy and went to jail. Yeah, some nonsense like that, then you're gonna, blow up quickly and disappear just as quickly.
There are only 1-0 kind of people in this world that understand binary.
That's right.
That's who you and those know.
So, you guys probably did look up to some bands when you were young.
Yes.
And you wanted to look like someone or play like someone. How do you feel about, you probably know that some guys are looking up to you now. They want to play like you, get your tabs off Guitar World or whatever, or Ultimate Guitar, and try to play like you. What do you feel about that? About you becoming an influence as well?
I think if we can give any influence to those people, it should be the influence to get your chops as fucking hard as you can get them. Advance your craft as fucking high as you can get it. And then fucking start creating. And while you're creating, keep pushing your chops. Keep fucking learning more and more and more until you've reached your peak, which should be never.
At the end of the day, don't try and play like me or like him or Luke and Tim or Mo.
Try and fucking surpass us.
Yeah, play like yourself and do it better than we do it, And there's no reason in the world why someone can't. Because at the end of the day, all you can do is play your style. That's why, there's a world of a difference between, when one famous guitarist plays any note, say a G, and another one plays a G, you can tell the difference between the two. Find your own sound just to do it. And it's very flattering that people look up to us. Don't look up to us. Look up to the, eternal darkness of potentiality, right? Look up to the heavens and realize yourself.
And there's a new generation coming up, and they can be exposed to so much. They're going to be exposed to very talented musicians, and they're going to be exposed to very shitty musicians. And hopefully they're exposed to fucking talented musicians, and they want to be that kind of a musician. Someone pushing it for the art stream, someone pushing it for the technicality. And hopefully at the end of that, from this new generation that's coming, we will receive new guitarists that are doing things that will blow our fucking minds. When we're sitting there 60 years old, like the generation before us. The generation before us is sitting there being like, yeah, Jimi Hendrix was an innovator. And then you have someone that comes in and like Psyopes and you're just like, I can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
Exactly. That's one thing I want to mention. That you of course you've noticed that in the times after Jimi Hendrix, things have really changed.
Yes.
Jimi Hendrix used to play the pentatonic scale and go around it.
He did a lot for guitar, but it was very simple.
It was quite simple. It was quite simple stuff.
But it wasn't simple at the time.
And nowadays people play like sweeps and they play like tapping and all that shit. And it's really hard to predict which way this is going to go.
Well, the challenge as I see it is to try and incorporate that virtuosity into creative songwriting.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, there are people who can go out there and play. It's sort of like the Yngwie Malmsteen complex, where he can play, but his songs are just this meaningless foof. This fluff that doesn't really, get to a point. If you can manage to infuse technical music and smart intellectual music and still have a melody that's catchy and still have it feel as though it's a song, then you've accomplished something as a songwriter.
Yeah.
You haven't just gone up there and noodled around and you can walk into any guitar shop in the world and hear a bunch of douchebags in there, shredding blah, 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 blah. The point is, what can you do with it? You know, it's not how Vincent Van Gogh used the color. It's not the color blue that made Vincent Van Gogh amazing. It's how he used the color blue.
Though Carl Jung might argue the color blue was a psychological. How lonely he was.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The collective unconscious.
Sorry guys, but the band just finished, so you have 15 minutes till you're gonna go on.
Oh
so
shit!
You should probably.
We're gonna go on and play. Yeah, we're gonna go play. I gotta warm up a bit, but we'll finish this maybe in a couple minutes, like a minute, 2 minutes.
Yeah, about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Basically, the question that this brings us to is the next record going to be even more technical? Are you gonna like stop the techniques and
Absolutely.
go for the sort of?
We function on an
Songwriting.
ancient Japanese principle of constant improvement.
Yeah.
We'll constantly improve our crafts until.
Listen, this is the point of the band. The point of the band is we, in our collective head, there's a song that we hear, and every time we write a song, and every time we write an album, we're trying to recreate that song,
Right.
to pull it out of the idea and be able to bring it out of the speakers.
I'll see that later.
The next album will be a more concentrated effort towards doing that. And if we ever write that song, that perfect song to what we can do,
No,
we'll quit.
man. Sorry.
We will quit. You know?
We'll be done in a second.
Okay, two very short questions. What bands would you cite as your influences in your music?
Symphony X. I mean, listen, we grew up listening to skate punk. We didn't grow up listening to
Skate
metal.
punk.
You know what I mean? We grew up listening to Propagandy, #1, probably. We like Sixth a lot.
Sick.
Sick.
That's the
UK.
British
Yeah. Yeah, we like that. We like Aeon from Sweden. We love. Yeah, there's so many bands.
And about the bands that you like nowadays, I mean the contemporary bands that
Blood and
just play with
Science. Blood and Science. You like Between the Buried, I mean?
Thanks.
Spiral Architect.
Spiral Architect, of course, Iopus, which we mentioned.
Right.
Listen, there's so much talent in the world that it's a smothering feeling. You know, you can drown in the talent of the world. But,
There's none of it in the mainstream.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have to look to find the talent.
What about the Black Eyed Peas?
Speed.
Fergie.
Fergie, as you said.
I have no
We
idea.
listen to pop. We do listen to pop. Justin Timberlake, Mariah Carey. If you got a good
What
fucking
about the
voice.
tits? I mean the mainstream, yeah, I mean shitty music.
You talking about the tits on Mariah Carey?
Yeah. There's good music everywhere, there's shitty music everywhere as well. You can derive inspiration from anything. Whatever comes in has a way of coming out.
Right.
We gotta go play, man. We gotta